ISTPs in love. How to hold on tight to an ISTP while dating or in a relationship. Have you ever heard this statement? If you love something, let it go. If it returns, then it's definitely yours. Well, that statement perfectly embodies how you should behave once you're in a relationship with an ISTP. Is this still not clear? Well, buckle up as we break down in detail how to hold on tight to an ISTP while dating or in a relationship. Before we dive into this video on how to hold on tight to an ISTP while dating or in a relationship, please make sure to like and subscribe. Doing so will allow you to stay informed and engaged and will keep you up to speed with all developments in the science of personality. As a brief overview, ISTPs, sometimes called craftsmen or virtuosos, are introverted, observant, thinking, and prospecting. They tend to be quite individualistic, and they love to break the rules and make their own path. Some of their strengths are that they are practical, creative, rational, relaxed, and they know how to strategize during a crisis. Some of their weaknesses are that they are stubborn, insensitive, private, and reserved. Some popular ISTPs are Michael Jordan, Clint Eastwood, Tom Cruise, Kristen Stewart, and Bear Grylls. That was a great primer, wasn't it? Well, now it's time to get into the spicy details about ISTPs in love. Before we go on to discuss how to keep an ISTP in a relationship, how about we first talk about how to attract an ISTP in the first place? When it comes to attracting an ISTP, you need to understand that they are not crazy about romance. This doesn't mean they don't perform or appreciate romantic gestures at all. Just that they are very economical about how they participate in it. Does it make sense? Well, whether or not it does, we're going to explain more ahead. So, ISTPs do not enjoy being love-bombed, and this means they don't like it when you're overly clingy, always sending them gifts, always sending them messages, and are always trying to get them to show their affection in an emotive way. In fact, doing these things will be the surest way to ensure that they never contact you again. When attracting ISTPs, the thing to do is to be self-assured, confident, direct, and patient. If you can embody these traits, then you will find that they will gravitate to you more often than not. They really hate it when people play cat and mouse games with them. And the truth is that they see flirting as a chore and would rather not engage at all. If you can provide them with directness, they will reward you for it. Of course, this doesn't mean ISTPs are totally averse to romance. On the contrary, they have a unique way of expressing their romance to others. If you're familiar with the concept of love languages, then ISTPs are particularly well-versed in the acts of service language. This means they show you how much they love you by doing things for you. For instance, if they visit you and see you with a broken clock, they may fix the clock as a way of saying they love you. Or if you tell them you have a problem with your car, they may fix the car as a way of saying they love you. By this time, you should have a pretty great idea of how to keep ISTPs once you have them in a relationship. Just don't annoy them by getting them to be too emotional. They can come across as stoic and insensitive, but trust us on this, they may love you deeply even if they don't communicate it with their body language. And so, don't ruin a good thing by trying to get them to be against their nature. So, there you have it. We hope you've learned much about how to hold on tight to an ISTP while dating or in a relationship. ISTPs can be great romantic partners, but the only thing harder than getting them into a relationship in the first place is getting them to stay in the relationship. By applying the advice in this video, though, you need not worry. In any case, to learn more, please check out our other videos on the top 7 ISTP characteristics, as well as how to understand the ISTP personality type. These will give you a more holistic understanding of the ISTP personality and ensure that you're well equipped to deal with your and others' unique personality, ISTPs or not. Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share if you enjoyed the video. This way, you never miss out on any of our awesome content and you stay informed and engaged. Until next time, have a great day. Catch you later.